Welcome to the Hemlock State Explorer. Today we are in Luzerne County, Pennsylvania, just outside of Shikshini, and we're exploring the Paddy Run Trail. It's right across the road from the trailhead to the famous Shikshini Falls, which you really do need to visit. As you can tell, we've just had a huge thunderstorm and the rain has abated somewhat, still drizzling. But any low point now, including the trail, is going to be quite wet. Not sure what to expect. I think there might be a scenic view of the Susquehanna and maybe even a waterfall. Although with this fog, as you can see at the power line cut, not sure how much we'll see. But stick with us because in any case, this is going to be another fun exploration of the glorious Pennsylvania woodlands. After about 0.3 miles, the trail splits to the right and to the left. We're going to take the left trail, and you can check out the map and the waypoints and all the directions where to park, the points of interest at hemlockstateexplorer.com, as well as all of our other adventures. And let me take a moment to ask that if you find this video interesting or at all profitable, please like, share, and subscribe. We are in coal country here in Luzerne County along the Susquehanna, and I've seen lots of coal and other stones from the underground along the trail, and then we encountered this, which would have been some kind of mining operation. The cave doesn't seem to go too far back though, but it's an interesting exploration nonetheless. Put a little light on it. Yeah, that's as far as the cave goes, maybe about 20 or 30 feet. But check it out for yourself. As always, we will mark the location on our map at hemlockstateexplorer.com. One thing I love about exploring the Pennsylvania woodlands is you are never quite sure what you're going to find. And we encountered this surprise, this huge wall-like rock formation. There are many like this in Pennsylvania, but nevertheless, it's cool when you find it, and you can see this right from the trail. The trail is that bright green grass spot down below. But here's something for when you visit Paddy Run, you can check out for yourself. If it wasn't so wet, we would be climbing up on those rocks, but, well, I guess I have to recant what I just said. We did, in fact, find a safe way up. There was a kind of a trail between the rocks on top of leaves. It wasn't really a trail, but it functioned as one, and so we're standing on top of the rock wall, and if we go up over the top of it, we see yet another parallel rock formation, not quite as high. And then more rocks up on top of that hillock in the near distance. But very cool. Love to share this sort of thing with you, but really you need to get out here and check it out yourself. All right, the trail comes to the end of the mountain and makes a sharp turn, and now we are standing on top of a big pile of coal. And you can actually see another big pile of coal on the mountain across the way. And here is the Susquehanna and the town of Mackinac on the other side. And you can hear down below, hear that? I hear some water. But look at this beautiful view. And mist hanging above the Susquehanna on the sides of the gorge. Glorious. Well, the sound of that waterfall is calling to us, and this is just such a cool place, even standing on this big pile of coal on the side of the mountain. Paddy Run Falls is an amazing waterfall. It's really like 4 in 1 with the twin upper falls and the main drop and then several lower falls, and you can see the main drop there. One alternative way to get to it without crossing the stream is if you come down, kind of skirt through these trees, you can see that parallel section up there is the trail. Just kind of skirt along these trees and you can see a footpath that leads directly to the main drop. And we'll mark all this stuff on hemlockstateexplorer.com. Now from here you can get to the main waterfall, which is glorious, but it might be tricky. Well, it looks like there's a footpath down there, so you can get to the falls from either the east or the west, but it might take some doing. I've been tramping around Paddy Run for probably a good 20 minutes at least, maybe half an hour. There's the coal pile and the coal road we just came from. Probably the easiest way to get to Paddy Falls is by using the trails on the other side of the stream, which means you'll need to cross, and it shouldn't be too hard. Just find a place where you can easily step across. All right, and then we'll just head along the stream towards the river, and you will find the upper falls, the two double falls, one right next to each other, and from there you'll find a footpath onto the coal dump on the side of the mountain, and then you can just take that trail and see the upper falls, the main drop, and then the lower falls. Paddy Run Falls is a very interesting waterfall with two parallel falls, and this one, if you look back in, even looks to have masonry work and a pipe coming out. And then its sister falls is over here to the right. And here's the main drop of Paddy Run Falls just below. Let's see if we can get to the bottom. We are trying to find a safer, longer way to Paddy Run Falls on our return trip, and we came from that clearing, that opening to a trail, and up this short scramble up the coal hill, you can actually see there is something of a footpath there, and we're going to follow the contour and see if this will lead us back to Paddy Run Falls. This is actually much more stable than I had anticipated, and you can follow our track at hemlockstateexplorer.com. You can see we're not slipping very much anyway, and there seems to be something of a footpath. You can see just beyond those trees the coal field that we walked up. Again, it was more stable than we expected, and then here is a clearly discernible trail that leads to the top of the falls, and then there's a fairly treacherous but doable gravel trail. Let me just get up here and show you, that will lead you down to the falls, but exercise extreme caution on this guy. Paddy Run Fall is an amazing waterfall with multiple stages. You can see these long cascades flowing down the mountain, and then the main drop of the waterfall up above. We're on the longer, safer route to Paddy Run Falls and encountered this structure. Not sure what it is, but something no doubt that had to do with the coal mining up on this mountain. Tricky getting through the brush. There we go. Wonder if this timber on the ground was once in that socket in the wall. Interesting. Well, I saw this big pile of timber and I was just wondering to myself if any snakes live in there. I guess this answers the question. a big black snake. Fortunately, black snakes are pretty docile, unlike their often confused compatriots, the black racer snake, which will gladly strike you and bite you multiple times. Fortunately, though, both are non-venomous, although he is getting agitated, so yeah, there he goes, back home. Well, that was fun to see. We had some violent thunderstorms, followed by some fog hanging above the Susquehanna on the mountains, but now, as you can see, it is clear and beautiful. There he goes. Closer than I thought we would get. Eastern box turtle. What a great adventure. We are nearly back to the trailhead, and that clearing you see ahead is the initial fork in the road. A few things to know before you go. One, the trail is very easy up until you get to the point of the coal mound on the side of the hill. The trail is dirt and gravel, and it's really an old road. We traveled up a hillock to about the middle and then back down towards the river. So as it was in the days of our grandparents, it was uphill both ways. Although we only had to deal with the rain, not the snow. The other thing to note is, although the trail is relatively short, we'll give you the exact specifications at hemlockstateexplorer.com. It was tricky getting to Paddy Run Falls. We spent a lot of time probing and poking and tramping around the falls, trying to find the best and safest way to get to each of the multiple tiers of the fall. Experienced hikers probably would not even bat an eye at it, but here at Hemlock State Explorer, we want to put cookies on all the shelves, as they say. We want to have adventures that are accessible for everyone from experienced hardcore hikers to families with children. So we would rate this hike as easy until you get to Paddy Run Falls, and it does become difficult to get there safely. So just make sure you check out hemlockstateexplorer.com so you can find the safest way to go. But it really is worth it. You know, some adventures just end up being nice walks in the woods, and we're thankful for them. But I really love it when we get something we didn't expect, and the Paddy Run Trail is that. So thanks for joining us, and we can't wait to see you on our next adventure.